Begin afresh every morning. Devotional thoughts for women.
Greetings, my beloved friends. Today, December 15th, 2023, our devotional is entitled No Fear of the King. The scripture reading is taken from Hebrews chapter 11, verse 27. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible. Jochebed took care of her own son, acting as a nanny employed by the daughter of the king. She told Moses about how God had miraculously provided a mother from among the royalty to save his life. And Moses discovered that obedience to God is superior to all others. He left Egypt, where he had received a princely education, haunted by guilt for killing an Egyptian who was mistreating a Hebrew. He fled for fear of the king, but with that faith would call him to liberate his people from Egyptian slavery. In spite of his hasty action, Moses is recognized as a man of faith in the mosaic of Hebrews chapter 11, which references events that demonstrate his trust in God. While his people were enslaved, Moses was raised as the son of the king's daughter. He was educated alongside the most important men of the empire, but he never forgot his humble origin. He renounced to his inheritance as prince and trusted in the fulfillment of the promises of the covenant. It is easy to be deceived by the temporal benefits of wealth, popularity, status, and achievements. But if you lift your eyes to look beyond the value system that the world has created and focus on the eternal values of God's kingdom, only you know what Egypt you must leave behind in order to go out into the desert following God's will. Only you know who represents the Egyptian Pharaoh in your life, who you need to quit fearing, and if necessary, who you need to disobey in order to fulfill the mission that God has for you. Do not fear the wrath of the king. While slander may blacken the reputation, it cannot stain the character that is in God's keeping. So long as we do not consent to sin, there is no power, whether human or satanic, that can bring a stain upon the soul. A man whose heart is stayed upon God is just the same in the hour of his most afflicting trials and most discouraging surroundings as when he was in prosperity, when the light and favor of God seemed to be upon him. His words, his motives, his actions may be misrepresented and falsified, but he does not mind it because he has greater interests at stake. Like Moses, he endures as seeing him who is invisible. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 27. Looking not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen.